The Women of Initiative awardees, both the past and the present, and many, many others in this room, exemplify the adage, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. And indeed, it's been a small group of activists who've created most, if not all, of the organizations represented here today. At the Conservancy of Southwest Florida, I often get the opportunity to tell the creation story of the organization. And each time I am inspired by what a small band of concerned citizens accomplished. We know it takes hard work and perseverance, creativity, common commitment, political savvy, and a lot more. But it is exciting, it is energizing, and it's empowering to see what we envision become a reality. Realities like a Rookery Bay, a big cypress preserve, realities like Fun Time and Immokalee Housing and Family Services, realities like Lighthouse and Hodges University Center for Lifelong Learning. I value this civic activism, and I'm grateful for parents who always taught me to stand up for what I believed in, even when they didn't agree with me. And I'm proud of my daughter's work in the area of public policy, creating community-based healthcare initiatives. And I'm most grateful for a phenomenal husband who livens every day with, I have an idea, and for very exceptional friends whose energy and intelligence and dedicated work in this community inspire me every day. I thank you.
Recognition by the Women's Philanthropic Network of the League Club and my role as one of the founders is both gratifying and appreciated. Having been part of the League Club from the beginning, it is wonderful to see what has happened. It has become a great civic and social group with members from all over the United States. As a founder, we could never have visualized the important community role it has achieved. The League Club has contributed financial support to many worthy charities and become a vital part of Collier County. Thank you, WPM. I'm proud to be a woman of initiative.
My thanks to the Women of Initiative for including me in the group of notable women gathered today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to shine a light on the primary cause to which I am dedicated. Nearly 40 years ago, I met my husband at a volunteer program for inner-city children living in Chicago. Since that time, most of our philanthropy has been directed toward the educational well-being of disadvantaged children. Only 25 miles from where we sit today is one of the poorest communities in the state. Immokalee may help feed the nation, but the families struggle to feed themselves. We cannot really turn the situation around for the parents. Many agricultural workers have only a 6th grade education, but we can ensure that their children won't have careers working the fields. The Guadalupe Center touches the lives of 1,300 children and young adults every day in order to level the playing field. Guadalupe is centered on education and developing skills in English. For the last 6 years, 93% of our teens in the tutor corps have graduated from both high school and college. Our nation's college graduation rate is only 56%. Think about that number, and then think about their futures. When one child in one family finishes high school in this community, it completely alters the cultural expectation of life on the bottom rung. When a child finishes college, as our teens do, the cycle of poverty for that family has been broken. If this template could be reproduced in other impoverished communities, then access to the American dream could be a real possibility. Thank you.
As I was contemplating my own story, I asked myself, what is a woman of initiative? I'm not sure that I know. I do know that I'm humbled to be included in this group of distinguished women. The world I grew up in was very much centered on strong family values, responsibility, and giving back. It may be cliche, but I love the simplicity of the golden rule. In everything, do unto others as you would have them do to you. The lifeblood of not-for-profit organizations is fundraising, and the most important part of fundraising is believing in your cause. I have found two causes that I truly believe in: the Naples Botanical Garden and the Naples Children Education Foundation. In 2003, I got a call from my friend Leslie Fogg, who invited me to get involved with the garden. Before I knew it, I was co-chairing their largest fundraiser, Hats in the Garden, with my friend Vicki Smith. I now know where my strengths are. I can throw a great party and raise a few dollars at the same time. We have been attending the Naples Winter Wine Festival since 2003, and in 2006, my husband and I became trustees of the NCEF. Their mission is to serve at-risk children in Collier County, the focus being on children in education. A solid education and a hard work ethic are the key ingredients to mapping out your own destiny. When we give a child an education, we give them the tools to succeed in life. Through my service to the Naples Botanical Garden and the Naples Children Education Foundation, I have learned I have a passion for understanding how our collective generosity can do the most good. That has inspired me to take the initiative.
I am truly honored to have been selected to join this distinguished and dynamic group of women. Their accomplishments are inspiring. My parents, Greek immigrants, lived the American dream. They worked hard and instilled in us a strong work ethic and love of family and community. My career with a multi-billion-dollar corporation gave me the confidence, self-esteem, and capability to meet challenges. All these experiences helped me develop a true sense of who I was and in what I believed. When David and I married and I turned toward philanthropic endeavors, some of my earliest initiatives were my husband's, but with time, my own interests emerged. One very important initiative to both of us was the building of Naples Botanical Garden, a cause strengthened personally by my love of nature cultivated during my childhood. The garden is a place of great beauty and joy for our entire community, both young and old, and adds another cultural and educational dimension for generations to come. Even the dogs love it 3 times a week. I am also drawn to issues facing humanity. The needs are endless, but resources are not, and I feel fortunate to be able to do what I can to help. Just a few of us are being honored today, but with or without the accolades, all here today are women of initiative. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am excited and humbled to have been chosen as a member of such an esteemed group of women. Thank you for this honor. Fundraising for cancer chose me. I am a grateful survivor. Blessed with abundant resources at my disposal, I successfully fought this ugly disease, but I witnessed the hand of cruelty cancer dealt to the not-so-fortunate. Beyond the diagnosis lies months of treatment, and in those waiting rooms, patients whispered and shared desperate tales of need, all within earshot, and I heard them all. As the middle child of 7, we all had to do our share. We learned early on to observe, find a need, and then fill it. These consistent lessons taught me awareness, empathy, and initiative, which translated into my finding ways to help cancer patients. I've learned that leading from the heart and passionately believing in the charity is contagious and attracts supporters to share in the cause. It's been said that fundraising in Naples is a contact sport. I believe fundraising in Naples is a connection sport, a network of amazing friendships with huge hearts and generous spirits, consistently coming together to help anyone in need in our community. Raising money, hearts, and spirits. My husband and I love being a part of fabulous Naples. I am truly honored to have been selected to join this distinguished and dynamic group of women. Their accomplishments are inspiring.
It's an honor and a privilege to join the ranks of so many impressive women of initiative in our community. What makes someone take the initiative to become an agent of change? I think it's passion. My life is about passion. I don't do anything halfway. Early in my life, I energetically pursued two diverse careers, teaching kindergarten because I love children and recognize the power of teachers to shape a child's love of learning and enhance their self-esteem, and then practicing law, so I could become a steadfast advocate for clients' best interests. With a fire in my belly, I chipped away for 8 years at the glass ceiling and became one of 8 women partners in a 600-person leading New York law firm. Believe me, it was daunting. Then, in a self-imposed early retirement and moved to Naples with the love of my life, my husband Bruce, I devoted myself to a few worthy charitable causes because of my passion for each of them. Women of Initiative recognize a need in their community and have the drive, determination, and courage to make a difference. We know that when you love what you do and do it well, you can achieve so much. I helped found the Holocaust Museum and Education Center of Southwest Florida here to help develop education programs to teach children the importance of combating bigotry and hatred. Last year, I co-chaired the Naples Winter Wine Festival with Bruce. It was a labor of love to help raise $12 million for at-risk children in our community. We also worked with the local Harry Chapin Food Bank to develop Lunch Boxes of Love, a special program to feed the hungry. Because I am passionate about dogs, and in particular my little white fluff ball Dolce, I think that dogs need a place to run and socialize with their canine pals. I helped build Central Bark, the new dog park. The unconditional love that Dolce gives me each day is such an amazing gift that I don't take for granted. I am so happy that dogs like Dolce have a special place to play off leash now in our community. The power of one person to effect change is so extraordinary. I salute all the women of initiative who have experienced firsthand the power of one. Our community applauds you, and so do I.
I'm humbled and honored to receive this award, especially knowing and respecting many of the previous honorees, including those who have inspired and mentored me. My passion for community service began when I moved to Naples in 1979. In addition to volunteering, my career took me from healthcare administrator and consultant to bereavement counselor and back to nonprofit administrator, all extraordinary experiences. When the hospice concept was in its infancy in 1982, I was privileged to help launch Avow Hospice, serving as a volunteer and then executive director. In 1999, I visited the neighborhood health clinic, and another life-changing journey began. The mission resonated with me to provide quality health care to low-income, working, uninsured adults using a volunteer professional staff. I stopped by the clinic that first day to volunteer and never left. Our community is blessed with people who see unmet needs and seek solutions through volunteerism and philanthropy. This is how healthcare in Collier County changed forever and for the better. Thanks to visionaries Dr. Bill and Nancy Lescheid, it was their dream that created the neighborhood health clinic. I love Naples and feel incredibly fortunate to live, work, and play here. My own strength and support comes from my faith in God, my family and friends who have nurtured and loved me unconditionally, and especially from my wonderful daughter Susan, my precious grandson Jake, and my beloved mother Adele. Thank you.
It is an amazing honor to be selected as a woman of initiative and follow in the footsteps of those who have made Collier County and Naples what it is today. Volunteering is not what one does, but who one is. It represents a lifestyle of gratitude. I received both my bachelor's and master's degree while being a wife, mother, and working full-time as director in psychiatry. I kept a large poster on my refrigerator during that challenging period, which I used as my inspiration. It read, "If it's to be, it's up to me." I continue to live by that today. I don't wait until I feel like it. It's convenient. Other people are in agreement, or my schedule is lighter. Those times will never come, and for me, it would just be an excuse. It's my job, not someone else's, to be the advocate, to orchestrate, collaborate, and make that difference on behalf of others. It is my joy in life to serve others, for in fact, by doing so, I serve God. I consider it a humble privilege to celebrate this day with all of you.
When I discovered that I was chosen as a Woman of Initiative, I thought of all the fabulous women who previously received this honor and wondered what had I done to deserve this recognition. The word initiative comes from the word initiate, and I began to realize that my contributions to the Naples community have been to initiate new friends into the causes in which I believe. I have done a lot of fundraising and a lot of friend-raising. I guess you could probably call me a party girl. Collecting dresses or partying with the girls at the Pay School in Immokalee, working with committed committee members on the Bucket List Bash, organizing luncheons for the Shelter Guild, working to bring awareness of the Holocaust Museum by planning the 10th anniversary evening, and of course, transporting guests into the Conservancy's magical tent for the greenest gala in Naples has all been a blast. So this party girl thanks you for partying with me. Together we have raised funds and introduced new friends to the causes closest to our hearts. In the end, we are all women of initiative.
Before my present terrifically happy marriage of 30 years, I was happily married to another fine man, one who always deferred travel and adventure, saying, "Let's do that when I retire." So when he died young of cancer, without ever getting to do any of those things, it changed the way I live my life. Here's what I learned. If you want something out of life, go for it. The time of our death is uncertain, so go for it. If the opportunity arises, take that 6,600-mile train trip across Russia. Do an African safari. Get to the poles. See the Great Wall. Track orangutans in Borneo and cheetahs in Namibia. All of that is exciting, educational, fun-filled. But, and this is a big but, life is all about balance. It doesn't feel right to be checking items off a bucket list if there's no balance. For me, balance is achieved by doing solid work to help the less fortunate, especially those making major attempts to help themselves. You know the line, "Life is uncertain, so eat dessert first"? Well, I would refute that, saying that dessert tastes far better after a solid meal of doing one's best to help those who seldom get to have dessert.